Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about something that I completely overshot. I had this list down, and I thought I'd already recorded it, but I didn't. So I uploaded Songs You Should Hear number 6. So it's going to look weird in the playlist that these are out of order, but I apologize. And you will see 7 next week. Now, I'm going to give you number 5. Songs you should hear number 5. Um, this is a list I had. I thought I recorded this video, and I actually, this is the weirdest thing ever, is I wrote down, I don't know where it's at, is Alpha Music for the letter C. I don't know where it went. I don't know where the paper's at. I have no idea. I thought I recorded the video. Evidently I didn't. Very annoying. Now I have to probably redo what I had written down or find that paper, one of the two. It may be laying around here somewhere. Really a lot of research when I do those, so I really don't want to hunt it down. But so I may just redo it. I don't exactly remember what all was on there, but I kind of remember. But I thought I know I seen that paper on there somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for it. I will look for it, and I'll get Alpha Music going. Probably, hopefully, I can find it tonight and then record it tomorrow morning, so it'll go up next week. So hopefully that'll be on the thing for next week, and then Songs You Hear number 7 will be on next week as well. So anyways, Songs You Hear number 5. Let's get right to it. And at the end of the video, if you stayed to the end of the video, hopefully you will. There will be another video you can check out that's related to this video, and also there will be a subscribe picture of me and my bug eyes going like this, and you can click on it and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I do a lot of videos. I do daily content for the most part, sometimes even 2 videos a day. Gets a little crazy, and a lot of it's pre-planned, but a lot of it's kind of daily. I do kind of come up with ideas, and I know what I'm going to film. I do it on my phone, sometimes daily, and sometimes I pre-plan it and record it ahead of time. That's why you might see a couple videos with the shirt on. Anyways, Songs You Should Hear number 5, Janet Jackson, Nasty. So this song is pretty cool. I did not know Janet Jackson sung the song. I thought it was I thought it was somebody else, but it ended up being Janet Jackson, which kind of shocked me. It's kind of a song where you hear it, you're like, oh, that's a cool song, and then you see who it is, and you're like, oh, really? And I found a song when I was looking at Music Choice on cable. If you, whatever package you get, if you get the package with the music channels, it's just music, and it has like little tidbits about it that sometimes are completely stupid, like she prefers Hanes women's underwear or something like that. Something dumb up there. You're like, really, really, that's what we need to talk about. All right. So there you go, Janet Jackson, Nasty. Check it out. And what I did in past videos, I put down below in the links, I'll put a link down below the song, and I'll basically have a list, and you can just click on the link and check out the video that'll play it for you. So make sure, if it's not here yet, you can search for it on your own, or you can wait, come back to the video, mark it, and come back, and the links will be down there. Promise. Number 2, Beastie Boys, Sabotage. So this list is kind of some basic songs I kind of just threw in here because I wanted to get this video out a couple weeks ago, but it just didn't happen. I just didn't have the time, a lot of things going on, just didn't get going. So Beastie Boys, Sabotage is one of those songs I could throw on any list, and it'd be awesome. The song gets you going. Some people that don't even like the Beastie Boys, that's not hugely into the Beastie Boys, but there are a few songs that I like. I like their older stuff better than I do when they came back in the 2000s. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Hey Nasty, Hello Nasty, whatever it was called. That album was okay, but it wasn't as great as what everybody else thought it was. Like, there was a few songs on there I like, and I bought the album. I think I got it for I think I bought it used, which was surprising at the time because I think it was like right when it came out. Somebody else had bought it and probably thought the same thing that I thought when I bought it, and just pawned it off to On Q back in the day, which was like a Sam Goody FYE spin-off store or whatever that they used to have. Anyways, Beastie Boys, Sabotage, number 2. Number 3, Heart, Barracuda. This song is really good if you have never heard of Heart. If you're not really a classic rock kind of person, Heart is really good. And if you're in the female vocalists, Heart is one of those people that probably any female vocalist that's in the rock and roll probably has heard of Heart, because Heart is one of those bands that they kind of transcend male or female because they have really, really good songs. They have more than one hit. You know, they're not a one-hit wonder. They have so many good songs that probably there's songs that are like unknown that you would probably like. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of them, to be honest, but just looking at a couple of their tracks that I listened to, they have so much versatility that I'm sure there's songs I've never heard that I would enjoy. But Barracuda is the most popular song probably they have. They might have another one, I think, that was a big hit too. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Barracuda is one of them, though. Number 4. As you see, this video is not going to be that long. Because I'm so embarrassed that I skipped number 5 and went to number 6. Anyways, number 5. Number 4. See, I can't get my numbers right now. Sevendust, Black. This is the one Sevendust song that if you were back in the day and you heard this song, it's probably what got you into Sevendust. There's another song that came along later that if you heard that, if you were around people that were super into Angel's Son, Angel's Son by Sevendust, which was a tribute kind of thing to Lynn Strait from Snot. It was a big deal. It was a big song in that kind of rock world. But Black was the first big hit that was on a couple soundtracks, I think, back in the day. And, you know, really in the underground, that was kind of like believe they had like VHS tapes of like some behind the scenes footage of Sevendust and stuff. And this is one of the tapes that, you know, songs that was on there and the home videos and stuff like that was going on at the time. But this is kind of the one that kind of broke free. That they had a black lead singer. They're a metal band, and it kind of a different kind of a voice. And a lot of people got behind Lejean, who's the singer for Sevendust, and he was really, really good. But then as the years progressed, he's kind of moved away from metal and basically they're like a hard rock band now, which is not a huge deal. But, you know, if you're trying to say you're a metal band, like Korn still kind of, I think, sometimes considers themselves metal. I don't consider that. I think they're progressive rock now, which is not bad. I still respect Korn. They still put out some good music now. It's just really overlooked. That's my thing about Korn. But Sevendust kind of has never really got their footing back. It seems like every time I hear a good song from them, they don't get the other single released that might be on that album that was halfway decent. They kind of stumble, and then they release the next album, and then it's garbage. It's happened. Because I think like 3 or 4 albums ago, they had a good song on there that wasn't too bad, and they could have got it released to the masses. Didn't happen. The next CD came out, it wasn't good at all. And then they came out with a CD, I think, recently now, and they're probably going to stumble again. So let's hope they don't, unless maybe they'll get back on track again. But Sevendust is a really, really good band. If you want to go back and look at their old catalogs, Seasons is when they just started going to crap. Like, I remember buying and spending like $15 on that album, which is a lot to pay back in the day for an album. High end is 18 back in the day. Nowadays, if you're paying 18, you probably wouldn't pick it up. But back in the day, it was still kind of reasonable, and the burning thing was just starting, and some people wouldn't buy albums, so that's why the prices of CDs were kind of inflated up a little bit because people weren't buying a lot of albums. Now it's kind of coming back. People are starting to buy albums just because of physical media. They want to have it in their collections and stuff. But anyways, Sevendust, Black, check it out. It's heavy. It's got Lejean's voice, a unique, sultry voice, kind of blanketed by the heavy metal sound. It's awesome. You just got to hear it to understand why it was so good back in the day. And now it's kind of like mediocre. I mean, the voice is still good, but you know, the songs they create is not that great. Number 5, Disturbed. Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. I chose Down with the Sickness because it was probably one of my favorites on this album, on the original album Disturbed. Disturbed is a band that initially, upon listening, some people just didn't like back in my time when it first came out in around the 2000s. There were so many bands that came out. you kind of had to pick and choose which ones you were behind, which albums you were going to buy, because there was so much music just spewing at you constantly. And Disturbed is one of those I think that people didn't really cling to at first, but they liked them. And if they saw the album for $7 to $10, they'd pick it up. But they weren't wanting to spend more than that. So the price did drop on their CDs, and you did see people buy the CD because of that. Now, I think the popularity with Disturbed started when Praise came out. That song was really, really good, and it kind of showed their dynamic that they weren't just this niche-y nu metal band. And then, I think Liberate was the album. I think it might have been the second album of theirs that came out. Second or third album, I think, was when. I think that might have been Praise, might have been on Liberate. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. But it seemed like the first album was really good. People kind of clung to it. And then when Liberate came out, you kind of got to see a different side of Disturbed. And certain people started to come back and give them a shot. Some people kind of left because Liberate wasn't the best album, but it kind of showed what they could do. And then after that, I think they kind of started to get their audience back because people realized they weren't just a nu metal band that had that one, what was the damn song? I don't remember what the dang song was. I don't think it was Down with the Sickness. It was something else. It might have been Down with the Sickness, actually. But Down with the Sickness was such a good song, and I enjoyed it. And I want to say it was something else. Stupefy. Stupefy was the one I think that I'm thinking of. Stupefied is the one that was big. Down with the Sickness is kind of like the secondary one, but I don't think really that was the second single they put out. It was something else. I thought there was like another one. I can't remember. Anyways. But Down with the Sickness was always my favorite off the album. Stupefy was okay, but they got boring after a while. Kind of like Kryptonite with Three Doors Down, which was on the last thing. Well, a song by Three Doors Down was on the last one. Kryptonite kind of just got burnt out. People just hated Three Doors Down for that song. And every time you mentioned their name of the band, they'd be like, "Arr!" And they wouldn't like Three Doors Down because they just related to that first album, which Three Doors Down got way better down the road. Anyways, Disturbed kind of was like that too. And they kind of started to gain more respect as they continued to throw out albums and stick around for a while. Because a lot of the 2000s, there was, like I said, there was a lot of bands just spewing music at you. And it was kind of like a battle to see who was going to stick around. And I think the ones that were able to control themselves and not go crazy with drugs and jumping from group to group to group and having, legal troubles. And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on. The record companies behind the scenes probably shuffling people around and trying to make metal bands and trying to take advantage of the hard rock buzz thing that was going on. Because, at this time, Korn, Limp Bizkit, everybody was going crazy, and people were loving nu metal and all this other stuff. So they were trying to make, all these record companies trying to make a buck off of it and trying to throw these bands together and sign all these unsigned bands that weren't worth anything. Like, half the bands aren't worth anything. Some of the bands are still around. Some of the bands aren't. So Disturbed is kind of the product of that. But I think they were way better than half the bands that came out. So kind of proves it. And now with David Dramian kind of pulling the reins back, and I don't know if is he back now officially with Disturbed? Or is Disturbed back officially? I'm not even sure, because I thought they came out with an album just recently, and it kind of even bypassed me. Like, I didn't even see it come out. I think it came out. I haven't checked it out yet. I need to check it out. Maybe the next album review that I do, actually. But I need to check it out. There's another couple metal albums I want to check out and review for the channel. I may go in that direction just because I like that thing, and the age group that watches my channel, I think, might like that better than me trying to talk about country and all this other stuff. But yeah, leave your comments down below if there's any kind of genre that you're really pointed to, and maybe I'll start kind of zoning in on those genres. But I do like doing this, kind of telling you about songs that, maybe you're not a pop fan, maybe you're not a country fan, maybe you're not a classic rock fan. I'm going to point you in a direction of some song, you might check out and you might actually enjoy. I'm not going to give you a crappy song to check out. It's going to be an interesting song, whether it's for a train wreck effect or it's for just something cool to listen to that you never heard. I'll always point you in the right direction to give you something good to put in your ear. That's hopefully what I can give to you on a daily, weekly basis, whatever. Weekly basis, I guess, with music, because movies is down. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, like you always do to all the other channels. And hope you guys like me, what I'm doing. If not, leave comments down below. Anything you would like me to change about the channel, any things you would like me to bring up on the channel. I am always willing to take advice from people that watch the channel. Anyways, keep rocking and keep watching and listening to music videos and music in general. Later. Can't believe I skipped a flipping number.